So D gets on the phone and calls up Quentin to see if either him or Charles can come to the house to sit with the kids, because the kids was in the bed asleep. So he asked if one of them can come sit with the kids while he take me to the ER. So we get to the ER, and I get to the front, and they was just like, so what's happening? I was like, well, I'm 22 weeks pregnant and I'm peeing on myself. She was like, you're peeing on yourself? I said, well, it's some water that just keeps coming out. So, but I'm only 22 weeks pregnant. Google said it could be my water broke, but I'm only 22 weeks pregnant. So I'm peeing on myself right now. She was like, okay, well, I'm gonna get you a chair so you can sit down, because she brought over a wheelchair for me to sit down. And she was like, okay, and we're gonna get you to the back. I'm gonna get you all checked in and go to the back so they can test your fluid to see what this is. You say that you're just peeing on yourself. Let's make sure it's not any of your amniotic fluid. I was like, okay. So they wheeled me to the back, and she's just talking to me, asking me how far along I am, if I was having any pain, anything. And I'm just like, nope. I just felt this weird popping. I just started peeing on myself. She's like, okay. I was like, yeah, no pain, anything. It was just a poop, and yeah. So I get back. They put me in one of those little the little waiting exam rooms, you know, when they do your little testing or whatever not. So I'm in the bed. They got me hooked. They got my stomach hooked up to the monitor so they can monitor the baby's heartbeat and all that stuff. And then they come in and they check the fluid. So while all of that was going on, I'm texting my sister Brittany and my co-workers to like let them know, like, hey, I'm at the ER because I don't know. I was like, they say it could possibly be my water broke, but you know, I'm only 22 weeks pregnant, and I feel like I'm just peeing on myself. So I'm like, I'm downplaying it. I'm just like, I'm in the ER. I'm gonna let you know when I leave or whatever not. At this point, I was only talking to my sister Brittany. I had done stopped talking to my mama and I blocked Raven. So I wasn't talking to my mama or Raven. I was only talking to my sister Brittany. So I'm texting her. She was just like, all right, just keep me posted. So after I got done, you know, telling my people what was going on, D was sitting over there on the couch, just look on the little chair, just looking at me. And I was just like, well, I just feel like I'm peeing on myself. He's just like, I'm just tired. I done worked all day, and then you got me up here in this ER because you want to pee on yourself. And I'm just like, I know, I'm sorry, and I know you're tired. I know you got to go to work tomorrow. I know, but I mean, I'm glad that we just here getting it checked out. I'm sure it's just nothing, because I'm not in any pain or anything. I'm sure it's just nothing, and we should be fine. Then the nurse come back maybe 30 minutes later. It's like, yep, it's your amniotic fluid. Your water broke. And I'm like, huh? And as she was saying that, the doctors was rushing in, as well as another nurse. They was all coming in, and the doctor's like, hey, so how are you? I was like, I'm fine. He was like, okay, I just want to let you know, like, you are in active labor right now. So, but what we're gonna try to do is, because you're not crowning, the baby's not coming out or anything like that, what we're gonna try to do, we're gonna try our best to keep this baby in for at least another 6 weeks, 8 weeks. We're gonna try to get to 32 weeks. That's the plan, to try to get through 32 weeks. But I want you to know, we cannot see you at this hospital. We have to transport you to another hospital. The other hospital was literally 5 minutes up the road. I'm like, we're gonna have to transport you to the other hospital, the hospital with the NICU in it. And I was like, the hospital with the NICU in it, like, I'm about to have the baby. He said, we're hoping that you don't have the baby, because I'm just gonna be quite frank with you. If you have this baby now, we don't know if the chances of survival, we don't know. It's very slim, because you're only 22 weeks pregnant. So we don't know what we don't know what it would be if you had this baby right now. He says, so when we transport you to the hospital, if you have the baby in the ambulance on the way to the hospital, there's a chance that that baby will not survive. And we're going to do everything that we can to make sure that you're good. And if you want us to do what we can to make sure that we make the baby, he said you even have two options. If you do deliver, we can make the baby comfortable so that you can say your goodbyes, or we can do everything that we can to try to save this baby, but we don't know what your chances are gonna be. And I'm just like, he said, but look, We'll talk about that once we get you to the other hospital. But I just want you to know that during transport, if the baby comes while we are transporting you, there's a very high chance that the baby will not make it. And as soon as he said that, I looked at D, and D looked at me and was just glaring, like he was just, and I'm just like, okay, all right. Because in my mind, I'm just like, I finally gave this man his son that he's been stressing me out this entire pregnancy about his son. And now I'm here with my water breaking early, putting his son at risk. And he's here glaring at me because he's tired. And it's like, oh my God, you about to lose it's a possibility you could lose my son. And I'm just like, it's a lot going on right now. I'm like, I'm like, okay, all right. He said, and the doctor's just like, okay, so we're about to get you loaded up in the ambulance and on to the next hospital. And I'm just like, okay, all right. And when he told me, as soon as he walked out of the room, I called my sister Brittany, and I was like, look, they said that my water broke and they transported me to the hospital with the NICU in it. Like, I told her the hospital that I was going to be in. I was like, that's where they said that they're going to transport me. And I kind of gave her like a brief run through. I just like, they said they're going to do everything they can to try to keep the baby in to keep me from delivering early. But yes, my water did break. And she's like, okay. Just keep me posted. I'm like, okay, I'll let you know when I get settled into the new hospital, like what's going on. So I hung up, and D looked at me. He was like, you really had to call your people? I was like, yes, I had to call my people. He's like, I ain't even called my people yet. I'm just like, I just called Brittany to just let her know what was going on. And I'm like, I had to call my best friend Ronnie, because, that was my coworker too. Like, we worked together. So I'm just like, of course I had to let my coworkers know what was going on, because, like, I could possibly be missing work tomorrow. So the nurses came in and got me loaded in the chair or whatever now to give me the transport. And as we were walking, they was talking to Dee. They was just like, okay, so we're gonna have her at this hospital when you come. It's like, you can't ride in the ambulance with us, but when you go over there, just let them know who you're looking for, and they'll direct you to where she's gonna be. And he looked at me. He's like, I'm about to go home. I was like, you about to go home? He was like, I'm about to go home because I'm tired. But I know nothing better not happen to my son. So I'm going to go home, get these kids ready, and I'll be back. He's like, I'll be back. I will be back. Nothing better not happen to my son while I'm gone. And I'm just like, and I'm looking at the nurse, and the nurse is looking at me, and I'm just like, okay. And I just started crying, like legit just crying, because I'm just like, ain't no way the doctors is telling me one thing, and it's a possibility that it could affect me not living, and then now you're telling me nothing better not happen to your son, as if this is my, like, as if I chose to be here right now at this moment. So I just started crying. And then he looked at me and was like, stop crying, Slim, get out your chest. Okay, all right. I'm gonna stop crying and get out my chest. I was like, okay, all right, just let me know how the kids are doing when you get there. Just let me know, and I'll keep you posted on what's happening when I get over there. If you're not back, I'll just keep you posted. And he just rolled his eyes and walked out. So they rolled me to the ambulance, loaded up in the ambulance. They gave me the same spiel that if anything happens, like if I start having the baby while in the ambulance, that there's no possible way that they could save the baby. So I'm in the ambulance listening to this all over again. That 5-minute ride felt like 45 minutes. It felt like 45 minutes. So they finally got me to the other hospital, got me hooked up to all these different machines, and they were just like, all right, we're gonna start you on magnesium, like some magnesium, a magnesium drip and an IV to kind of help stop the labor and all of that. And I was like, okay. They was like, do you have anybody here with you right now, or anybody on their way? I was like, no, I'm here by myself.